So this is Bessie Lee. Bessie Lee was the previous and the former CEO of WPP of Greater China.
Yeah.
So you're in this industry for a long time, and you know, of course, the Chinese market as nobody else. And I think 2.5 years ago, roughly, you founded a new company which is called Withinlink.
Yeah.
So is it correct to say Withinlink is an incubator, is an investment fund for startups, especially in China?
Yeah, it's a strategic investment company and also the incubator of marketing technology startup in China. For China for now, but some of them had the potential to go global.
Yeah.
And a couple of them are already global companies.
And your focus with this startup portfolio, you're focused on digital marketing, right?
Yeah. What they need to have their core proprietary marketing technology
Right.
or data,
Yep.
or they're launching a new platform.
Yep.
Yeah, so those are the focus for us. And they can come in any perspective like artificial intelligence or new retail, mobile marketing, social influencer, what have you. And we even have an IoT
Right.
as a product.
Right.
Right.
I mean, everybody talks about China, obviously, and everybody now is no longer going to Silicon Valley, but heads over to China, more or less. What would you say could be the key impulse out of China from this digital marketing environment for the whole world? I mean, for the whole industry, for the consumer world. What would you say could be the key impulse, the key movement, you know, out of this technology innovation revolution out of China?
I think the reason why the technology in China evolves so quickly, the key word is quick.
Yeah.
The China speed. China speed is really, really faster than what you will see out anywhere else in the world. And why we can move that fast? There's several reasons. Why the consumers in China have no patience. They don't want to wait. Like e-commerce is a great example. I mean, they made their wealth and they want to buy yesterday. So they can't wait for traditional brands to use traditional method to find a store, do consumer research, set up a physical store, do marketing, and then reach
Right.
them. No, they want e-commerce. So it's that China speed. If you move faster for the consumer, then the consumer have the appetite to embrace all sorts of experiment, and you don't have to be 100% perfect before
Right.
you launch it, get feedback, and then constantly improve it.
But at the same time, for years, you know, I was always told, you know, they're doing their technology for their own market because it's such a huge market and they focus heavily on their own market for a long time. Would you say, but now is a time for the Chinese brands as well as for international to really connect to each other, because now it's a time to go out of the local market and to show the rest of the world, to convince that this is a kind of technology or this is a kind of a behavioral thing, which makes sense for everybody. It doesn't matter where you live.
That's bang on. Yes, China is huge, and we've got 1.4 billion people, but there will be an end to that market.
Yeah.
And in fact, if you look at why Alibaba is so aggressive acquiring companies outside of China and going into horizontal category like content and sports, because they actually has hit the plateau in about 2011. Because we no longer have new online shoppers starting 2011 in terms of the year-on-year growth. So they have hit the plateau and they have to move somewhere else in order to continue to grow their empire. So that's why I think Alibaba is a start, and then Tencent is the second. Tencent actually started expanding via their game.
Yeah.
A lot of the games that your teenagers are playing are probably developed or launched or owned by Tencent. So brands are already coming out of China wanting to expand that global footprint because they know they cannot rely on just the China market for their business.
Sounds great, and it makes highly sense. Also, what we hear from other sources, and that means it makes absolutely sense to connect more than ever before with Chinese brands and with the industry players. And so we talked about our new project, which is dpulse, starting in August in Zürich, and we just found out that you already know now where you are on the 21st of August, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'll be there, and I'll see you there.
That's cool. Cool information. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Talk soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.